Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 6 Premium British Battleship Warspite. She has 53,800 health, a top speed of 24.7 knots, 8 381mm guns, 16 secondary guns, a surface detect of 13.8 kilometers, and 45 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, improved fire and flood repair. For my commander, basic survivability, expert marksman, superintendent, and advanced firing training. We are on the map Shards, and this is the Warspite. Some people in the stream wanted to see it. I'm sorry I didn't get to it. Hopefully this will suffice. It's a great game in the Warspite on Shards, which is one of my favorite maps, honestly. I just enjoy it. It feels right. Now, I have access to the Missouri, Battleship, and the German destroyers. I also showed off the Shinono May. That is the Tier 6 reward from Honorable Service, the new campaign mission. Hopefully that was an enjoyable game. I enjoyed my time with that game. It is a fun ship. It's a pretty solid Tier 6, honestly. But for the Missouri and the German destroyers, I cannot share information right now. I can't even tell you what is or isn't on the ship. I can only speak vaguely about these things, but what I will say, if a community contributor has access to content, that's a good sign. That means we should expect it fairly soon. And I think premiums, usually 2-3 weeks, roughly. For something like the German destroyer line, that could be much longer, because the British cruiser line, I had access to it, and about 2 months later it came out. And I never got to see it in its revised form. And there are things about the German destroyers that do need revision, I think. A couple modules here and there, a couple distances, speed, gun performance. We'll see how much they actually change, of course. So, we're in the Warspite. Obviously, I'm engaging at long range. The gun caliber is its advantage. It has terrible turret traverse. But it's not the end of the world, of course. As long as you can get your guns on target and use them effectively. This enemy, Miyoko, is angled away. I felt like he might turn back, so I didn't really want to give too much elevation. I just expected him to turn back towards his team, who are just north of A point. I don't know what made me expect that, other than I would do it. And I would make that mistake and run into the gun systems of the battleship. Now, I've heard some people say, you take too long to aim, Notser. You're right, I do. I feel like every single time I aim at a target in a battleship, I could one-shot them. And that's just not a realistic version of this game. Yeah, sure, you could theoretically one-shot them, but it's not going to happen, Notser. So I need to treat it better. This enemy Bayern showing a ton of his side, so I'm just going to fire on him. For the German battleships, it's not really that important that you hit the citadel, because you can't really. You just need to get your guns on target. Midship is really where you need to aim, and honestly, unless I'm close range, I should probably do that for a lot more battleships, because the Germans consistently take a lot of damage. I consistently take a lot of damage in German battleships. More so than I feel like, and they can't even be citadel most of the time. Enemy Sims is... oh, he is so dead. This smells like a kill secure. Is it going to be a kill secure? I mean, there's a huge risk that someone without last stand in his propulsion is getting away. Obviously not. Didn't need to do that. But he's dead. On the stream today, I had a couple destroyers trying to escape my clutches. Okay, well, that felt good. We definitely needed to do that. Oh, that felt really good. That's a combination of the caliber of the gun and the angle of the ship. It sort of felt like he was softening his angle just the wrong moment. The shell was able to penetrate down into the citadel and, of course, finish him off. Enemy Miyoko is coming around the island. My friendlies in at A, they're not going to survive that long. The Belfast is trying to get out, probably in smoke. We need to take this guy out. I bet you that there is smoke forward of the Belfast in at A and there's nothing behind him. So this Miyoko is really risking the friendly cruiser. If he survives, he's probably going to take a lot. Oh, okay. I did not remember I did that much damage. The Belfast dies either way, unfortunately. But it felt right at the time to go after this enemy cruiser that was overextending into the point. He probably felt like, I got friendlies all over A point, where they're bogged down by the destroyer and the friendly cruiser. But that was a good shot. The Gneisenau or a friendly battleship next to me could finish him off. I'm sort of hunting, waiting for the Atlanta to round the island. It really isn't fair when there's this many cruisers in a match. The battleships are just so deadly to them. You gotta be extra careful. And the final friendly... Oh, he took a big shot. His propulsion's knocked out. This should easily finish him off if he's not finished off by a friendly. Okay, well, we finished him off. I don't really feel like that's a kill secure or a kill steal. I just feel like that's the natural progression of 3 battleships engaging. I did a lot of damage to the cruiser, the Miyoko, and I didn't get the kill. Someone did a huge citadel on the Atlanta. I just fulfilled a gun cooldown that they were obviously reloading for. Now, I'm stationary here. It's not smart, but as you can see, most of the enemy team is inside at A. There's islands blocking every exit. If they were smart, they would probably try to just engage one ship at a time. The Gneisenau is a perfect target for that. But I don't think they're smart. I think they want to push forward. I'm ready. I'm ready to go, guys. Just push on forward. I will not citadel you. I will not destroy your ships. That is just unheard of. Who does that? And you can kind of see the Koenig. He's barely in line of sight, but it's not really a clean shot. I figure the Gneisen's going to draw someone out. Someone is going to try and torpedo him, move forward into my broadside guns. Not all of them, but I only need one. Only one. Now that's enemy Bayern. He is attempting to go backwards. Probably should work on the Gneisenau, Notser. This would kill the target, but the Gneisenau needs you right now, Notser. Boy, I really disagree with this shot selection in the moment. The Gneisen is pushing forward, and my teammate needs my help. Now, if I kill this guy, obviously you'll feel great, but we don't. And our friendly Gneisen is in trouble, and I passed up the perfect broadside to punish. That was a mistake, in my opinion. Looking back on it, yes, I could finish the target off. Yes, I have friendlies in the north that are going to be under fire from the enemy, but if the Gneisen falls, then the enemy can flood outside of this little sector, and I can't really fight them all off. So I decide, let's fire at the Scharnhorst because the Bayern is behind the island, and we get 8,500. It's a okay shot. 2 shells dispersed in the target, otherwise not really. The friendly cruiser could potentially take out the Bayern, but now he's using his heel. And look, the enemies are flooding out of the gap. They're showing a perfect broadside to Notser, and I'm just ignoring it for the harder shot. I do pride myself on finishing off targets, whether you agree or disagree with that. Keeping these targets out of the fight is important. This actually looks pretty good. Oh no, it ricocheted off. And my friendly Gneisenau, he's right next to me. And either he was firing at me or the Gneisenau. He didn't really do any damage. We can't really afford to stay stationary though. We've got Scharnhorsts, we've got enemy Gneisens. They've got torpedoes. The Bayern looks like he's finally going to fall. We lose the cruiser in at A, unfortunately. And I haven't really done enough to justify the shell selection. The friendly battleship is dead. And now they can set their sights on me. I should have blown it up right at the start. I didn't do it. I played it incorrectly. Terrible accuracy there. We ricocheted off the target. This all would have been alleviated, Notser, If you would have just fired at the enemy battleship as he was perfectly broadside exiting out, you knock him out, the enemy is less inclined to move forward. But I'm not going to just share games that are amazing. There are amazing moments in the game. There are areas where you can learn, though, and improve. Now, this enemy Koenig showed a little bit too much side. I'm happy to punish the side. We do 7,000 with our back guns. Not bad. I am considering showing my forward guns, but he is also looking at me. This is a little greedy. But if I could kill him right now, I hopefully can. We take a little bit too much damage. Secondaries take the target out. Not bad. Not bad. But I did take a little bit too much damage. It wasn't really worth it to show that much side to the enemy. But the target's dead. And if you take damage, try and trade up and get a kill. The enemy Gneisen is reloading. He appears to either be looking at me or the friendly in at the point of, oh, am I going to really run into the island? Am I going to pull a Notser? Just trying to stay off of it and showing a perfect broadside to my enemy. It is a weakness of me. Thankfully, the Gneisen is not looking at me. So, this is not going to be punished that hard. The Cleveland is the only one firing at me, and honestly, that's not a big deal. You know, have at it, Cleveland. My teammates, though, are taking fire from them. I do fire AP at a bow-on battleship. Not really good shot selection considering the targets I have. I should have probably fired at the Cleveland. The reason is, you have a much higher chance of penetrating a bow-on Cleveland than a bow-on Gneisen. Now, the Gneisen's going to take torpedoes. He's going to show his side. He is the better target here. He's just a little bit easier to hit. The combination of friendly torpedoes and my guns are able to finish him off. And now it's just the Cleveland. And is he going to really show his side to me? Yes, please. He does sort of look like he's slowing down. I think I'm overshooting this. Yeah, he is dropping his speed. We should have recognized it. Just a little speed drop. And you see how I sort of walk it in? This looks much better. A little too high in the water. But, yeah. The Cleveland is going into a point that I can't really see. It looks like he's going to get away, and we're going to win on capture points. I wish this ship was faster, but I can't really complain. It's the Warspite, right? So, if I had to talk about this game, I would say that some accurate shots, some ill-advised shots, and the target acquisition could be better. And some of you are being like, yeah, it could be better. And some of you being, you're too critical. I'm one of those people that really likes improving all the time. Every single game, every single moment. It's really important to me. And I would hope that you guys would try and improve as well. That's my goal, is to improve your game by showing my fail and my success. So we earned a close quarter medal. Kraken Unleashed, 5 kills of course. 111,000 points of damage done. 2,030 base XP. That's not bad. My team did a good job of owning 2 bases and forcing the enemy to do something, and that's really where they failed. All of my damage is in AP, but 637 was enough to kill a destroyer, I believe. I hope this was entertaining at least. You saw some things what not to do, and I hope it'll carry forward. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.